Hello everyone, Surat here, and yeah, for the month of October, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of this game for the weekends. This is Graveyard Keeper. If you're not familiar with it, it's got some spooky themes to it, but it's not really scary or anything like that. But it does have you becoming the manager of a graveyard and eventually a church. And you basically meet Truck-Kun and get isekai'd, we'll see that in a second, into this world. And yeah, you have to deal with a slightly low, almost no magic fantasy setting to where you manage a graveyard. Thus, Graveyard Keeper. And then there's a church attached to it, and you'll have to deal with that. But that comes later on in the story, and we'll cover it when we get there. But I figured for October, something with some spooky, scary skeletons and zombies and things like that would be would be right up there. I did stream this game about 7 years ago, as you see here. I did finish it a very long time ago, but that was before all this DLC came out, and I don't, well, except for Breaking Dead. I did Breaking Dead already. And I have no idea if any of this will come into play, because I don't remember what it is that actually does any of it. I don't remember what starts any of that off. I should look that up. But for now, for at least this first video, which is as long as you see it on the time counter down there, we're going to be focusing on getting started and being a graveyard keeper. But anyway, that's enough talking for me. Let's actually hit play. And we're going to pick new game. Loading times are not great. It's an ordinary day, and our hero is hurrying home where someone very important is waiting for him. Even in everyday routine, there's a place for loving and feeling loved. Especially when you know that someone misses you. Meet Truck-Kun. So yeah, our dude here is sitting in a misty field talking to a man in a black hat and black coat. So yes, dude was getting milk and other groceries across the street, answered a text, got smacked over the head with a truck, basically, and now he's in this world. Our one and only chest right now is empty. Okay, we have two chests. That one's empty. We have a hearth. We have a little fire here. We could cook, but we don't have any. We don't have any fuel. Not yet. We can't get that hatch open, and we cannot build right now building, crafting, and all that is going to be very key central to the game. And if we're tired, we could sleep. We don't have energy meters yet. We will in a second. Give it a minute. But right now we have been informed we needed to find Gary, who will kind of explain more things to us. And we're just led out to a simple little dirt patch here. And Gary is a skull. It's not Murray, but it's Gary. And yeah, apparently the man with the red cloak or black cloak and black hat had a red eye. And if he's supposed to be information, I don't think he's got a brain in his head. Because he doesn't know he can barely remember who he is. So you heard the bells just a second ago. Yep, not much is making sense. The bell and the donkey. Okay. Something's wrong with him. He could be dangerous, huh? Okay. Hi, donkey. We've unlocked new technology and got blueprint donkeys of the world unite, huh? Okay. A fresh corpse from the town. Well, we are the graveyard keeper. And the donkey talks. Or at least talks to us. Well, you're apparently Dr. Doolittle. We have a socialist donkey. Or at least communist. Maybe both. He only earns 5 carrots a day. That's not a lot of money. Like it's no money. I mean, he may not. Donkeys aren't known for talking to people. This may just be a special case because we're not from this world. So yeah, every now and then this donkey is going to drop by and drop us a corpse. We're kind of stuck in place at the moment. Yeah, we want to grab the corpse when they're fresh. Because it's ours to deal with. Notice it is degrading slowly. This number is the quality of the corpse. Fun and profitable. Not exactly words I would use. Welcome to the morgue. And the skull wants us to dismember the sucker. And we need to take the flesh, which becomes meat, and we trade it to the village tavern for a beer. And then bring the beer to him. So we got some new technology, and we can do a few new things. We will explore what blueprints let us do in a minute. Now we can autopsy. And if we look, the body is not in great shape. There's not a lot of skulls going on here. And skulls will determine exactly how good our final product can be, and that will become more important later. We don't need to worry about it yet. We just need to worry about getting through the tutorial section, but I'm going to just warn you now. There's going to be a lot of bodies going in the river because they're not worth burying. So we're going to do that for a little while. But now we can actually, if we want to, anything that's popping up here, we can pull off of this corpse. And once we've got some flesh, we can create burgers, we can create sandwiches, and we can create baked meat with it. And yes, it is kind of disgusting. And we will get used to it. Oh, we did that. Now we're going to take the body. And these graves have definitely seen better days. So use the blueprint desk at the graveyard, mark a side for the grave, dig it with your shovel, carefully put the body in the grave, bury, and decorate it. And don't use goat skulls and upside down stars for decoration. And we get our first shovel. So now we need to put the body down because we need to pick up and decorate things here. First, we're going to grab a gravesite. Now the thing is, no grave sites are, there are some grave sites that are good, some grave sites that are bad, some that need to be redone. This one, we're just going to put it here because it is very possible I will need to tear it down and restart. Don't worry about the number that just popped up there, the -2. Do not worry about that yet. And we stick the corpse in there. Cover it over. And we get a burial certificate. And after we do this, we just have to have our boss come by. And the bishop is not enthusiastic about coming out this way. What? Yeah, we just got here. And yeah, he wants to promote us to cleric, which will allow us to do other things, but we get to worry about that later. And so resources, or resources will come in handy later. I need to talk about that later. But this brought up the location, which whenever you're in a place, it will give you the name of it. It'll give you like quality or appeal or what have you. And if we take graves, break them down and redecorate them into, nicer looking things, we get better quality. The graveyard quality is made up of a few things. One, if you get rid of all these dead trees, Well, they're living trees, some of them. But if you clear them off and you make nice looking graves and have good looking bodies in those graves, your church appeal and your graveyard appeal will go up. The church appeal will go up as you decorate the church, expand it, and make it better, but we can't do anything about the church yet. Right now, all we can do is create a little wooden marker for our grave out there. And as soon as the graveyard quality is at least up to 5, we can get promoted to cleric and deal with the church. There is no time limit on anything whatsoever. It can take you as long as you want to get your graveyard up to level 5. You can spend weeks just gathering everything. And this bishop seems, I don't know, he seems a little bit self-absorbed here. And he comes here that symbol of the week. And he will be here every week, and we can talk to him and see about getting you promoted and learning whatever he has to talk about. Yep. So it'll be a little bit before that becomes up. So let's see if we can talk to him here. Who is BB? And yes, he is blessed and beautiful. So he is. Just laugh and move on. He says it wouldn't even take him an hour to fix the graves. And yes, whenever you bury somebody, they give you a certificate. You trade the certificate in for money and use the money to buy goods and services. And the town just head south from the tavern to get to the town. And the village, just go east from here and you'll find yourself in the village. And yes, we need repair kits to do things, to fix stone and wood, but sometimes it's easier just to craft new fixtures altogether. And yes, there is a tech tree. We will go into that if I actually gain points anytime soon. But the long and the short of it is right here. We need to unlock relevant technologies, which costs us tech points. Each thing we want to unlock the ability to build will cost us a mixture of red, green, and blue. Red is like handcrafting skills, woodworking, stone cutting, all that. Green points represent knowledge about things of nature, and blue points represent spiritual knowledge. You get blue points at a study table in the church basement. And doing anything will get you points, and sometimes you get less points about it over time. And we've unlocked stone stockpiles and gathering stone rocks. We've unlocked new technology and got a timber stockpile, small tree felling and sticks, And here is the tech tree. If we look, the main menu has all 4 of these right at the top. Known NPCs, and any particular quest they have going on at any time will always be found here. This little smiley face next to the number is how well they like us. Of course, a map, we haven't really done much, but we are going to want immediately to go here as soon as we can for various reasons. The technology has all these different things. Anatomy and alchemy, which we can extract different things if we do this. Like you see this, we get a preparation place, palate, and flesh. If we unlock this, we will get the ability to extract skulls, bones, skin. This one will give us the ability to extract blood and fat. And once we learn this, it can unlock the gentle butcher, which means we do less mistakes when we try to do things. I don't know what's going to unlock this at the moment. I kinda do, but the game is not giving you an... Yeah, it's hidden. We will reveal it somehow. Just like this one is hidden, we will reveal it somehow. But we continue on, we can extract brain, heart, and intestines. And once we've gotten up to this, we can learn a little bit more anatomy, which will eventually learn a surgery. And you get the idea with the tech tree. Tech trees are exactly what they are. Theology, if we want to make gravestones, if we want to make better gravestones than these wooden things that get us like no real bonuses, we can do that, but there's no real point to ever making the wooden stuff. Do not make the wooden stuff. It is kind of worthless, really. And you have to tear it down later. So, unless you really just want to rush that first 5, there's no point in doing it. I mean, if you're in a hurry to do things, yeah, you could probably do it. But we've already got the ability to get stone, so if we unlock the ability to, say, carve stone and do that, we can actually get some decent markers. We can get some decent markers and decent fences. We just have to get some blue points first, which, well, that's a fun thing to do in and of itself. Blue points are going to kind of be the bane of your existence toward the end of the tech tree, because they're very hard to get, but you can make it slightly easier if you do certain things first. Let's look at the other tech trees. Book writing, we haven't even started there. That's a story event that will unlock later. Farming, also a story event that will unlock later. Smithing, same thing. Building, hey, we can build a few things. If you look, we can actually build stone repair kits. If we spend a little bit of thing here, we can actually fix up the stone. I think we've already got... No, we don't. We do not have that repair kit yet, do we? No, we do not. Here it is, wood repair kit. Which means we could just repair the stuff that's out there on the graves instead of having to craft new ones and tear that stuff down. But if you look here, this is where our gathering skills come in. We will also need to get ourselves a hold of some tools, and the tools also have wear and tear on them, and we have to keep repairing them. It doesn't require resources to repair most tools, just energy, which is in and of itself annoying. And then cooking, well, we learned Meat Fiesta from slicing off flesh, and other things we do will unlock different recipes. So there's the tech trees. And he wants us to check the trunk. This is our inventory, and if you look, we've got a few wood repair kits, a few stone repair kits, and some very low-level tools. Come on. We can leave the repair kits. Yeah, let's actually take it because it's going to make us take them. Now, if you're wondering where all the tools we just picked up went, they went right in our inventory. Already in our inventory. The only thing we're missing is a couple of things here. One of them, you can probably tell exactly what it is, but the other one, well, this is a game of survival. You take a guess what's actually going to go here. Also armor, but we don't have any armor yet. We will need it, but not yet. And now with that thing in hand, it's wanting us to go this way, but before we do that, we can look up here, and this is our clock. You can see that we are slowly getting towards evening because the sun is going over and sets in the east instead of the west. But yeah, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of the week, not 7. There are 6 days of the week here. So let's see, we can look at any one of these graves we've already got here. And if we look, that's not a great body. It's got a wooden cross and a stone fence. So just to show you what the repair kits do, we click a repair kit and it says, hey, we need to work on that now. And we've made that much nicer. But you notice, those did improve a little bit, but you notice the quality of our graveyard is like -25. We're going to be here a while. So let's go ahead. We're going to use as many of these little kits as we can just to get them out of the way. Plus, this does get us some experience points. Kind of. And that gets rid of all of our little tool kits that we were carrying around. We don't need to carry around tool kits. Anything else? Okay, nothing else to say. This little box right here has nothing in it, but we gotta wait for the church to open up, and the church isn't gonna open up till we get 25 more points in the graveyard. But you can see the quality of each of our individual graves right now. Things like this. As long as we have the energy, we can pick these up. They will give us a little bit of experience in the form of the red and green blips you see getting toward us. And they will increase how good our graveyard looks. It also gets us a few things like a few sticks for clearing those out. We have a hatchet. We don't have the technology unlocked to chop down trees yet. We will have to do things like clear out these sticks, which they will come back. The sticks outside the graveyard do come back as far as I remember. But for now, we have other things we need to tend to. Like we could go to the village now, but it's raining. But instead of rain, we now have a log. Right now. And outside we have a place to store logs. And a place to store stone. We will deal with those in a bit. But right now, it is very much nighttime. And if you look, we need to take the burial certificate we got and sell it at the cavern. That is what the thing is. And use that money to buy a beer for Jerry. And maybe he will actually remember something. I have my doubts. Because, I mean, it's Jerry. That didn't give us a whole lot of anything, but it did give us some experience. And much like a farming sim where the first thing you do is need to clear out the overbrush and you don't have nearly enough energy to do what you need to do. You can see that blue bar shrinking slowly as we do things. And we're out of energy. So being out of energy means we need to go sleep. There's a run button, I don't remember what it is. And you can choose to wake up at any time, but remember what I said. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to play the game. Ah, there we go. Oh, good, ghosts. Yep. A ghost is haunting us now. Hi, Yorick. And this ghost wants one of the bodies removed. And yes, exhumation permission. To dig up a corpse, you need that permission, and they are not cheap at first. The old keeper used to buy them through the mailbox near the church, but we can't even use that mailbox yet. We got to fix up the church. We got to fix up the graveyard to get the church. You see where this is going, right? Yes. But before we do the whole thing in that quest to sell our burial certificate, we'll be here for a very long time until we actually do it. It wants us, and we can't walk over a grave. It wants us to get rid of this grave in particular. It's actually a nice looking body, though. That, I would want to get rid of that one more. Let's see. Do I need to talk to him? Okay, it's not actually saying that yet. But basically what we need to do, luckily there's not anything to tear down or anything like that, so we can just exhume the corpse. We have a permission, and then it's going to take us a little bit of time. Unfortunately, having an open grave like that does lower things a bit. Was the pitch point? There we go. And body is gone forever. It becomes someone else's problem somewhere. What do we think we're doing? Your ghost wants me to get rid of a body. I'm working for you, aren't I? Yes, he is disembodied. That makes him a ghost. He wants us to burn a body? How? Thanks. We need fire and wood to burn a body, but a nice quiet place like what he uses for meditation. Across the road from the mortuary entrance near the cliff works. And now we can ask where that river leads. Somewhere near to the town. Yeah, bodies are the town's problem then. So yeah, it's going to talk about this. Each important character we meet will appear on the screen. Like the bishop, we've seen him up there. Characterization of 0 to 100. The tasks are related to character are there. Blah blah blah. And sometimes it does require you to be at a certain friendship level with them before you can do a quest. None of these, I think, yeah, none of these are, none of these are quests like that, but hey, here's a blueprint table right here. And if you look, we can't build anything here because we haven't unlocked the tech, but this is the crematorium, and we can eventually burn bodies here, as long as we have the wood to spend on it. I don't know how long it's going to be before the donkey gets us a new body, but when the donkey gets us a body, we need to get to it as fast as possible. I think we spent another full day there. I don't know if we're going to be in time to get to the keeper, but we do have a very long path ahead of us here. We will eventually be able to shorten this down. We will eventually be able to shorten this trip down, but right now we have to take the very long walk to the tavern. And he's wondering why he didn't recognize us. And apparently getting a new graveyard keeper means things are looking good for the village. Yeah, we need to fix the graveyard. And it's like, hey, you can open the church. No, not yet. Slow your roll there. Buy burial certificates. Yeah, the thing is, the villagers will only have so much money on them at any one point in time. So you can't ask them for more money than they have. That number will go up once you actually get the church opened. And he's going to talk about getting back home, and they're all going to be like, what are you talking about? You are home. And we don't care. We don't keep track of years here. And yes, the Earth going around the sun is nonsense to these people. And they believe the Earth is flat. And something happened 210 years ago. And the kingdom is not well liked in the village. We can also trade fresh meat. Ah, but we need a royal meat stamp. Yep, there was an accident with inappropriate meat, and ever since all meat must be approved by the royal authority. The meat will not go bad seeing our inventory, so we don't have to worry about that. Not yet. We're gonna work on that. Yep, we have to get, once we get the church open, the mailbox will open, and we can buy a stamp once we get the money for it. And somebody named Snake has a fake royal stamp, huh? But he hadn't been seen in a while. Miss Charm comes in here every one of those days. And then we want a town pass at some point. We've heard about that. The Inquisitor can grant one, or he just purchases and ship. Miss Charm might be able to help us with that. And he wants us to take a letter to the blacksmith. Southeast of the village. Well, we can go ahead and sell that. And he does have things for offer, but we have exactly no money to our name right now, and this will only get us 1 silver 50. And he does sell things, but we have to do things for him and basically buy and sell from him until he trusts us enough to get the beer tier 2 and 3, which, if I'm recalling right, what he sells are better food items. Mrs. Jane. And Roderick is the head of the village, okay? And we can buy cooking recipes from her. Unfortunately, they are not cheap for us. 1 silver, 2, 3, 5 silver, 8 silver. Which we will want to buy those eventually, but we're just kind of on the broke side right now. If only we get a letter that we need to take to the blacksmith. Come on. Unfortunately, this thing is in our way. And because it was in our way, we were just slow enough. We didn't quite reach him in time, which is sad. Guard in the dark, huh? Good for you. Well, I would spend more time wandering around here because, well, it's kind of an interesting place to wander around, but it is dark. We could definitely be trying to pick some things, but we can't quite pick mushrooms yet. I don't even think we can pick flowers. Nope, okay, we can pick flowers. We will pick a few flowers. Not many, we don't have that much inventory space. We also have to be careful because we do not have a way to defend ourselves yet, and it is entirely possible that we can meet angry bees or something that we need to defend ourselves from. Also, we got a guard or two here. The path is closed until that time of the week, huh? Well, it's not quite that time of the week yet. I'm just gonna pick some flowers because they do have uses. And now Jerry wants us to come here. Where have we been? We went to the hut. We went to go get that. A cellar in our cottage, and the provisions might be stored there. And now we have got edible mushrooms, berries, and apples. And now we can create doughs and bread. You do, actually. And he's gonna wait for his beer. But now we can actually pick up some berries. And mushrooms. And chop down some small trees. I think we always had the ability to chop down small trees. There's not much we can do with it right now, except to gather logs that we can't work on yet because we don't have the stuff we need. But since we finally unlocked that, let's start heading back towards town. That did kill off enough time, thankfully. Okay, that's a different type of mushroom than I need. Also, these are not walls. We can actually walk through the wheat fields. It doesn't do much for us, but we can walk through the wheat fields. There's that. Yep, if you can look. Yep. It doesn't really mark much. You can kind of get an idea. It doesn't show you where you are on the map, but it does kind of give you rough ideas of where key areas are. Kinda. The map isn't great. But now that you're up, so yeah, we just got a sword, we just got a whetstone. Whetstones are not eternal. We don't have 10 friendship with him, so we can't do metal ore. We can offer to trade with him, and he will sell us new whetstones. He will also sell us iron ingots, and he will sell us simple iron parts. If you're going to buy this stuff from him, always buy the ingots, because the ingots can be broken down into more of the, into a lot more of the simple iron parts and nails. We'll get there when we get there. Sadly, he doesn't have anything except rusty equipment. But if we now go to craft, we need this broken sword and the whetstone. And we will have to do this for multiple of our tools. Now if we go into look here, you notice this whetstone has a durability counter on it. Now that durability counter will go down every time we sharpen an axe or a shovel or what have you with it. And then we will need to either craft or buy a new one. There it is. How many do I need to kill? Because they pop up like right there, as you see. Kill 2 slimes. We did that. And now we can create green and red jellies. We will eventually have to do more things for him and figure out how to get metal ore. Little guy popping up there. But since we've done that, if I can avoid getting stuck on the rest of the terrain, we're going to go back over here. Get ambushed by that guy. And we're going to talk to you. And free beer. So let's see, we don't have a stamp yet. We also don't have much in the way of direction pointing us anywhere. We also can't talk to Mrs. Chain at the moment. And now the donkey has given us a new corpse, which is going to degrade significantly by the time we get back, but yeah, what are we going to do about it? It doesn't really matter on these first few corpses how decayed they are. I personally would not waste too much time dealing with them except to keep them from stinking up the place, which isn't really a concern. A donkey. But yeah, I forget the exact spacing of which the donkey will actually pick up, will actually drop off new corpses for us. And this is a terrible freaking thing. But we want the flesh. And the body is absolutely terrible. Okay, so eventually we will get the means to tinker with bodies. We will also get better bodies to deal with. But generally, if you want a bunch of white skulls and no red ones, every white skull you have on a body gives it +1 points in your graveyard. Every red skull is -1 points. So this body is effectively worth no points, and you get no bonus from interring it. I mean, you get the burial certificate, but that's about it. Eventually, you can start burning these things. But right now, the only benefit to these bodies, and that was where I had to walk towards the garden. Only benefit to these bodies is the money they give you. But once we start burning bodies, we can get the same money. There we go. Our graveyard is still in sad shape, but let's go ahead and take care of some of these. We've also got our beer. So once we are finished with this, we can go talk to Jerry. We still don't have the ability to take down these trees yet. It'd be nice. And now we're out of energy. Also, once we start getting into food and energy restoring stuff like the potions we were just given, we will not have to sleep nearly as often. Oh look, we have an entire basement and somebody trying to get in the gate down there. We cannot reach said man through the gate. We cannot get to that gate to talk to the man because there is rubble in the way, and we have no way to craft the stuff we need to clear that out. But we will keep that in mind for later. Also, down here, yep, not much we can do here. We can look in this chest and we see a simple and tasty recipe. There we go. And now we learned how to create baked mushrooms and baked apples. So if we want to cook some mushrooms, we can cook some mushrooms and some apples. We don't have any apples. But there wasn't much else down there, but we can break stuff. We can take that stuff apart and get some stuff from it. But now that we have the beer, now that I'm thinking about it, we have the beer finally, so we can actually progress this part of Jerry's quest over here. Yeah, that's probably not doing us any favors with the locals. Also, you notice how much rubble is down here, too. We haven't quite made him any. We haven't quite made friends with him to get more questions. But getting to wine would be good. Maybe we're up to that. Okay, we are. Cool. It just looked like it was locked, but I guess, okay, green lock. It is green, so that means we can do that. And we could use the portal on Witch Hill to try to go home, huh? And we can try to go to the library, huh? And the church has a library in the cellar. Or maybe even the astrologer knows something. Through the church, and the wine cellar might be connected to the church cellar. But we've got to clear out things and build a whole bunch of stuff to get that stuff. Fishing. And now we need to bring him wine. Something stronger than the beer. Smart and cheerful, I don't know personally. And at the lighthouse every moon day. And if we want to look, the village here, the lighthouse is somewhere off in this direction. If we go to the village and go east of it, we will run into the lighthouse, but that is not something we know much about yet. So we've got a bunch of things. We need wood wedges, we need wooden beams, we need more iron parts, and all that just to fix them up a mortuary desk. We need some flitches and some iron parts. We have a little door here that needs some stone and some iron parts. We need a lot of iron parts for things. That's what the game's getting at. So now, in the meantime, we are completely out of energy. There's not a whole lot of stuff we can do. We can look at our inventory and notice that we have a mushroom, some berries, some flowers. Most of those are not useful for anything right off the bat, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the edible stuff here. Yes, I'm counting flesh. And put it right there. Because it's not useful for anything at this exact moment. The flowers and stuff, those have a different use, but I don't really have access to the technologies that will allow that to work. We're going to put those here, and eventually we will have... Wait, do we start with a chest outside? Yes, we do. We're going to put those right here, because that's what you do with this stuff, anyway. Now, it is Green Day. We don't know if anything special happens on Green Day. We know that when we get around to other days of the week, things will become important. I think no, that happens tomorrow, doesn't it? And York is happy. We're dead, but we deserve respect. Each corpse soul vessel marks sins are red and good deeds are white. Even the best decorations can't make everything a peaceful place. When you got so many red skulls, it doesn't work that well. Yep, they have their own special tributes. A corpse gets from the body parts. You can change the corpse's skull by removing organs and embalming. We don't really have ways to do that yet. We will eventually. So, yeah, you will basically see, yes, we can do things with the graveyard decorations and make things a little nicer. And obviously, the way things are going, we're going to continue to clean up as much of the debris as we can. Can't even fix that yet. That comes later, I know. But there's a lot of stuff around here we can go ahead and clear out. Luckily, luckily we can still clear this out. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do much for us. It does get us green experience, which is very useful. So we're going to keep getting some green experience here. Once we learn how to fell trees, this will be a much nicer spot. And yeah, unfortunately, all these are just bad freaking bodies. Bad tombstones, bad bodies, things like that. Anything else in here? No. Not much we can do about this tree. That's actually a pretty good body, but everything around it's terrible. Well, anyway. Now, since we have some energy, and I think we've mostly cleared that out as best we can for the time being, we need more bodies to put in graves. So it'll be a bit before I just start chucking bodies in the river. But we need a few things. We need to be able to build up decorations, specifically stone decorations. We need to clean out. We need to clean out a yard here for a couple of reasons. One, we need to expand the array of tools we have, and we're not going to be able to do that with stuff in the way blocking, well, ground space. And the rusty shovel has broken. And just remember, at all times, go ahead and let things break before you fix them, to save on how many stones and such you use. We're almost ready to begin the actual crafting portion of this game. But right now, we really want to clear out as much land as we can. That might be enough for this very brief moment. So we use a blueprint desk to get to the building interface. Some objects immediately, some require work. So what can we build? We can build trunks, timber stockpiles. We've already got one of those. We can increase the yard space with enough stuff, and we can do stone stockpiles. We don't know how to do anything else. This is sad. Down here, we can't do anything with the garden yet because we do not know how to deal with the garden. But we can bemoan our lack of technology. And notice that it is that day, and this whole thing over here was supposed to be open on this day. And we found the blueprint for Inquisitor's Joy by walking over here. And the Monsignor gets to whisper at us. Any problems? Strange fellows snooping around. That'd be us. And this guy holds witch burning ceremonies. We need to watch him do this for several reasons. And no matter what you tell him, he's going to tell you it's a silly story, at least as far as I recall. Wasn't our choice. There's a dark cult. And for 30 years, they've burned witches here. Once a week. burn the witch, then get snack. I could be more enthusiastic. Burn the witch, then get snack. Burn the witch, then get snack. There we go. Yep, we got to deal with dead bodies. Yep. That is what we do. And if we decline, that doesn't go all that well for us. So next time he can come here and we can talk to him. Yep. Get used to seeing bodies burn. We're going to be doing it a lot. They won't be live when we do it, though. He doesn't want to talk now. However, this place is important for us for a couple of reasons. One, there is a stockpile of marble right here that would be nice to get a hold of. But second, there's an entire area right here which will become very, very important to us in the future. But the problem is we just have no access to it on a regular basis. Right in here, we can start growing grapes. And we can use those grapes to make our own wine. But right now, we have no ability to get in here on any day except this day. So we wouldn't be able to do much tending to it. We could still attempt to tend to that stuff, but it's going to be a little bit before we can actually do much. Okay, we're out of energy again. Also the garden. Property and forfeiture for commercial use. Contact Roderick. We need to talk to Roderick and get the claim to work on the garden, which will be useful because then it will allow us to grow all sorts of things we can start cooking. But right now, we are kind of low on energy all over again. And notice we've done all this, we haven't even gotten into the crafting part yet. Also, it's easier to sleep at night. That's why it goes up to +4. But sometimes you just have to sleep during the day because you got nothing else to do. But also notice that it is now the day of the moon. So instead of doing the typical things around here that you would expect, we need to give it a couple of hours anyway. I can't quite get in there. Yes, this game gives you a lot to do before you even need to start crafting. This game gives you a bunch of stuff to do before you even need to worry about the whole crafting and tech tree and all that. It's not the most efficient way to play the game, but if you're playing this for efficiency, I mean, you can, but why? At least in my opinion, there's no need to play this for efficiency's sake. these little things here. Well, we can't quite carve out these little rocks there. They are copper. Okay, we don't have access to that mushroom yet. We do have access to that mushroom. Right now, I'm just going to clear out as much of the area as I can. And if you hold F down, he will just kind of walk over to the nearest. He just kind of walks over to the nearest thing, as long as you're within reasonable distance of it. And he will start working on it. But now that we've spent a little energy, and we have cleaned up a few things, gathered some rocks, which we will be using soon, we're going to try to walk all the way to the east and see if we can't... No, that's still up. Neat. Cool. We can work on that soon. We can get that ready for business whenever, for the semi-near future. Now that we've made ourselves a friend of the church, I guess. And there is a way to warp back to town if you die. I don't recommend doing it. Also, yeah, we have another death certificate, don't we? This guy over here's got something to say. His name is Dig. He might be crazy. Uh-huh. Peace, herbs, and nice sweet things, like honey. Bring him some honey and he'll teach us how to make a cake. Fair enough. We need to remember that because cake is very important. Okay, let's see. There's a fishing spot. I think we need to go slightly south to go where I want to go, but maybe it's up here. It has been 7 years since I played this game. Talking to that guy doesn't get us anywhere at this exact moment. But cake is going to be very important for something we want to do. If you remember how I said blue points, blue experience points, I guess, were a pain in the ass to get a hold of, cake can make that much easier to deal with. There you are. There's more of the lost soul. Knowledge only brings sadness. You seem pretty happy. Bring him a skull. So we need to be able to harvest the skull. It'll be a little bit, but before we can help him, we need to be able to give him a skull. Or before he can help us. Fishing! So So now talking to him has got us a few new recipes based on fish. And he wants us to bring him some moths. Moths are good as bait. You can only catch them at night. And once we find him some moths, we can get a rod. And trade, he has a whole bunch of different fish here, including a simple fishing rod, but you know, we don't have to spend any money. So that's why we need to come out here. We cannot harvest these trees. Well, we can harvest this one. And get some apples from them. Apples are useful. Some of the trees you can harvest, some you can't. Most you can't there. There are wild trees, and we can eventually plant some trees. Now, the trick to finding honey is something we may have to deal with in a second. Because honey will, as you can expect, trying to harvest honey does not come without its own little dangers. The bees are less than pleased to see someone trying to take their honey. What do you want? Oh, dairy products. It sells dairy products if we need dairy products, and we probably will. Let's go see if we can get our money for the day before you close up. We can also ask about the garden. Use by merchant to cover my debts. Can't find anybody who will make use of it. What if we guarantee to make use of it, huh? And my eye decided to itch here, so hang on just 1 second. Yeah, we could grow crops. And we need to find the merchant. And every so often he comes in the barn just south of the tavern. Okay. Also, I will warn you, if you start getting into trading in this game, if you end up playing it and you get into trading, do not trade stacks of items at once. No more than 5 or 6 a day, or else those, you're going to get nothing for them eventually, because at that point they will start to plummet in price. The game does remember what you do sometimes. If you flood the market with, say, beer that you make or wine that you make, it's going to plummet in price and it will never recover. The price never seems to go back up once you drop it down. So if you sell stuff, sell like 5 or 6 a day at most. Oh yeah. I mean, it's kind of late now, but I believe I'm just going to look around real quick. I know where we can find some honey trees. I don't have access to it right now. And these are beekeepers' huts here. Luckily, we do have a sword now. Hi, Corey. Stone materials. Wouldn't happen to know where a beehive is, would you? You can clearly see beehives in the trees. Beehives will just be hanging from trees. And they're in set locations. It's not like it randomly pops them up. Once you have a beehive, it's always there. Oh, I apparently can't read whatever that is. You smell tasty and smoky, huh? Gypsy Baron. Yeah, let's... Well, I'm going to just kind of go, yep, somebody didn't read history. The wind is really picking up today. Also, it should be just about time for the donkey to bring me another corpse today. We can talk to these guys in the day. But there are a lot of NPCs to talk to in the village. The town, well, you'll see when we make our way in that general direction. At least this is open now. Unfortunately, we do not have the stuff to actually plant any of this. Not yet. But we can clear off the plots. And now we're out of energy. Fine. We will go sleep. We just pulled an all-nighter. Eventually it will matter that we are up at this time of day. Eventually that will matter. But right now our sleeping schedule does not affect the game in any realistic fashion. I guess there's no corpse today. Oh well. There's the corpse. Took him long enough. Yeah, we still need a skull. Not much else we can do with the guy right now. But we also do not have any, we also don't have too many ways to deal with these. Don't have anything we can really do with them. But they are a source of money. I basically did repair most of the graves. Can't really build, we could build flower beds, but we don't have any peat. And we need peat for other things. Let's do something here. We haven't messed with this yet, and the first thing we really need to mess with... I'm trying to decide what's the important thing to mess with right now, because we don't have that many points to go around burning it, but... I believe... No, we can't do gravestones yet. We can do the simple gravestones. We need to be able to get to that, but we also want to unlock cremation, which is going to take us some blue points. And that will come eventually. First, we're going to go ahead and do that. We can't learn anything else here until we get blue points. We get a lot of green points. We don't have much in the way of that. We're going to grab our bees. We can't do insects yet. Going to go ahead and get this. So we can open up garden beds and make new trunks. Which new trunks are going to be really damn useful. The compost heaps, the maggots, and the peat. That's useful for actual gardening. Gardening is going to be, this is something else. We'll unlock the perk later. Can't do much about that. We can transplant to get berry bushes and apple trees. Can't do any smithing yet. We can, however, start making some very, very basic stuff here. Okay, we're out of red points. Red points we will get plenty of in a second. It's just those pesky blue points we can only really get one way. We don't quite have the way to do that, but we need the honey to actually get the thing that is going to make blue points much more passable, much more easy to get a hold of. However, we also see this. There's a bridge we need to repair, but we can't repair it until we get a hold of some parts here. Yeah, we need to get a hold of that for the astrologer. We just need more equipment there. Book writing, farming, smithing. See, we can't smith. And unless we can start smithing, stoneworking and mining, we do need to get stoneworking and mining fairly soon. We'll get a handful, but just from clearing out rocks and such, we will get a handful of like red points. And of course, we will get more green points from it. not much we can do with these logs out here except push them back home. I'm going to put them here. I never did figure out if the fireflies really represented anything. We can't do anything with this pile of sand yet. We will be able to, and we will want to do it as much as possible there. These are definitely harder to push from the side than the, definitely harder to push from the side than from the top or bottom. But push them you can. You can even have a train of the damn things in front of you, as long as you're careful enough with how you move. But there's an area we want to look at up here. And we got some beeswax and honey. Notice we took damage because, of course we did, because those are bees we are messing with. But we got some honey. Let's get some more. And it will take a few points of, hit points damage there. Now this, we need to remember this. We need wedges, we need planks, and we need simple iron parts. We did get some simple iron parts. Let's see, oh, we're only at 6. We did get some simple iron parts from the one quest. And now we have honey. Which, okay, it is day-ish time. But what I want to do is start building some of the things I need to actually create other things. Like the sawhorse, for example. Also, when you see this, make sure you keep in mind that you need to be able to reach the hand symbol on it to be able to do the work. Because if you put that in an area where you can't reach the hand symbol, you're not going to get anything out of it. But now that we have a sawhorse, we can take our logs and we can create billets and flitches. So let's see what we need to create let's see what we need to create anything else in this list here. Well, we can't create beams. We don't have any nails. But we can create a chopping spot with 5 billets. Everything else is going to require nails or iron parts that we don't have ready access to make. We will eventually. Slowly but surely wearing us down, and you notice that building that stuff has given us some red points. We will get a lot of red points from this stuff. Now, chopping spots. We can put just about anywhere. We have access to it down there. But it is also not something that we need to worry about too much. But we can make wedges out of it. What else can we make? What do we need to make anything else? Well, unfortunately, nothing here can be made out of the stuff that we have access to making yet. We do not have planks, we do not have iron. So we're kind of stuck at the moment, but we can make some basic stuff there. Can't even increase wood space. If we look, here are to make things that will bolster our, that will be able to bolster stuff. We can make berry juice, green jelly. We don't have berry juice yet. We can make some. And green jelly. All of this stuff I think is going to wait until much later because we do not have access to paint, quills, or books. We do not have access to that. We could make some decorations. We could make a better bedspread if we only had access to silk, which we don't yet. But also, we need to, whenever we want to cook something, we do need to have fuel, which we don't have a whole lot of fuel. Right now, it'll be a little bit before we get the cake recipe, even though I could probably try to rush to town now and get that cake recipe because of what it's going to do for me. Or I could be over here to catch the body when he drops it. But I do need to go visit Dig. I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything with this body. There we go. Don't think I'm gonna have time to get to Dig. Not tonight. Okay, so something I was about to talk about earlier is you can eventually just start getting all the power up, start using food and stuff to just restore your energy and not try to sleep. However, there's a small problem with that, in that if you do this, you will eventually start to degrade, your skills will start to degrade until you go to sleep. You can only power yourself through on caffeine for so long, so to speak, even though you're not getting caffeine, but you know what I mean. Garden certificate. Apples can go in here for now. The berries can go in here for now. I need the honey. Mushrooms. Okay. Let's see. I don't need to carry most of this with me. And now that we have claimed property, we can actually build garden beds with sticks, which will, you know, be more useful. We can build a trunk to store thing, or we build compost heaps. We do not have any seeds to plant right now. So we have no reason to really plant anything yet. And maybe you've noticed something about this game, but it loves to pull you in 15 different directions at once to start out with. So, and it doesn't really matter, again, I'm going to say it, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to play the game. There is absolutely, oh, there's a merchant that we need to talk to about the whole gardening thing. He's really not a happy person. So now we need to grab that. I mean, I need to make things. Hiccup grass. Oh, we can't get to hiccup grass yet. We need to fix things. And to fix things, we're going to need to be able to do other things. First things first. There we go. The first thing we're going to do is go find Dig again. Now that we have some honey for him. Oh, he needs 5. Okay. Oh, we can go find 5 honey. I'm reasonably sure there are a couple of trees up in this area. I don't think we're getting in there. And just in case you're curious, yes, there are areas of the map you can wander into and monsters will charge. They're not happy places. At least not for me. But the side effect of you being shunted here from another world, you're effectively immortal. And even if you die, there's a beehive. And even if you die, you will just get resurrected back at your house. Ow. You have nothing I want to buy. I may have to go to the smith and buy things. I'm fuzzy on this point. It's been a while. Uh-huh. There we go. Now we can do some furnacing. But again, if you're going to buy anything from him, if you're going to spend your hard-earned corpse money on anything, get the ingots. Do not buy the other stuff. Because you can take the ingots and break them down into more pieces. More pieces of the nails and all that than you can for buying them for the same amount of copper. Said before, I'm saying it again just to drive the point home. We need 2 more honey. You know, Donkey, you have other things to do. Eventually, like much later in the game, we will get the opportunity to basically tell the donkey when we want corpses. We will get to tell him when we want actual corpses. And of course, as we continue on, as we better our graveyard and get the church, we will get access to better, we would access to better things. I don't know how we're supposed to use these, but that is still there. None of these are helping me. Thing is, I need the ability to work with stone too, and I haven't unlocked that. I need to go talk to the stone smith and see if he can teach me yet. What does a furnace take? Iron parts, of course it does. But that will eventually be what I need. I just need some flitches. Go, I think that's enough. Be able to craft a furnace. Of course, we will need wood for this furnace. We need to make firewood for the furnace, and then eventually coal. Coal will be so much easier once we get access to it. Now, when we actually need to craft something, we'll have a fueled up furnace. Of course, we don't have the ability to do much with iron or anything like that yet. There's a little bit of iron here. And it does take some time to smack apart there. We're going to grab as much as we can, because luckily turning this into iron lumps that we can work with. Oh well. Sadly, those will never return either. We need to find a more reliable source of iron, but these will get us started. See, right now we don't have a lot of that, but we do have. We have enough fuel in there to make, you see we have 270 fuel. We have enough fuel in there to make 21, something like that. To make a whole bunch of ingots, to make 10 of them. So if I had more wood, I could definitely turn it into more iron here. But you start to see how complex and intricate this crafting system really is at times. There is also down here, which we do not have at the moment. We do not have the excess energy to deal with. We're going to take our sleep. Be kind of sad we have not we do not have a bedspread yet, because I think that makes us work faster. I don't think that was part of the game when I originally played it. But we will get we will get a little bit. Get a little bit of crafting material here. Not much. Flour. There we go. Why can't we build more trunks? This is just a storage area down here, by the way. That's all it really is. Right now we are going to put up... You know what? I don't need the bees. Well, I think I've got beeswax somewhere else. Because if you have an item in a trunk here, it'll count for crafting for this little area. That is one thing trunks do really well. That's where I put the beeswax. All the stuff in here will count towards items I can use anywhere in the yard, meaning I do not have to carry them from location to location. Which is nice. Also, I don't have anything to use the iron on yet, because, well, I could sell it, I guess, but there's no real point to doing that. But eventually I will get ways to work with that iron. I will get things like anvils and forges and all that, but I do not have those yet. For now, let's see. What do I want to focus on now? Here's a furnace, and we need simple iron parts. We're out of simple iron parts, mind you. So let's see, because we're kind of up against the whole thing here. Smithing has now finally unlocked. We have unlocked the. We can unlock glass. We can unlock simple iron parts, which we need to do. Also, we can create an anvil. So we're gonna grab that. Then I believe, yeah, we should probably go ahead. We haven't unlocked that yet, have we? No, we're gonna need a bunch more for that, but it's all kind of important. I guess the thing is, we've got plenty of ways to expend getting more points here. We need 2 of those. We gotta do it the right thing. Now we can create an anvil. Luckily, we don't actually have to build anything with that. But with an anvil, we can now turn these into simple iron parts and nails. So if we need simple iron parts, we can finally do that now. I'm trying to figure out what I actually need to build at the moment. Don't have access to complex iron parts. We don't have access to iron planks yet. We gotta get our knowledge base up, but we can do a stone cutter. The stone cutter will allow us to cut pieces of stone out of gravestones that break down, or iron ore, or pieces of stone out of that, or stone repair kits out of that, or we can make actual gravestones. These things are not energy cheap to make, but we can make them. They will give us a decent amount of and we're out of energy. But being nighttime, I mean, we got a day off from corpses. Or I just didn't hear the bell ring. But we are going to craft a handful of these things because we can. It's going to unlock a whole lot more points for us. As we can mine. We can make better tools, which will be more efficient. Not really necessary yet, but let's see. I wanted to get these up. There we go. Now that we've gotten a handful of better grave markers, takes a little bit of energy. But these do greatly increase the look of our the whole look of our church here, our gravesite. And just by doing this, just by going around, and pulling out all these terrible decorations that are very much not good anymore. We're going to be able to use these crosses to get more wood and stuff from, but we are kind of out of energy again. This is a common problem. Very common. I don't believe we actually have a woodworking station yet. So we can make wooden markers, but we can't break them down yet, I don't think. Iron ore and pieces of stone. We will see those useful later. Okay, we are going to spend a few days, and yes, days, multiple, right now, crafting ourselves some gravestones. As many as we can. We can't craft too many more gravestones, I don't think. And then taking these gravestones. And notice we are gaining a decent chunk of red experience by crafting all these. Not quite enough, but we are getting very, very close. We are getting very, very, very close to the target number of 5. get woken up a donkey. Well, we won't get woken up a donkey, but I will hear the bell and I will make him wake up to go get the corpse. Okay, we are out of stone. Minor problem, but we can get more stone. And we will. Taking the meat. Okay, so now let us we do need to make some stone repair kits for these. But we can remove the wooden marker. Cross. The wooden fence. If I look at it, I need 1, 2, 3 stone repair kits. 4 stone repair kits. And then I need to learn how to make stone fences. Nice foggy day though. What does it take to make a stone repair kit? I need simple iron parts and clay. I don't think I can dig up clay yet. I mean, I know where to get clay from. I just don't think I have the technology for it yet. However, let's go ahead and get to extract things. This won't come into play until much later. Not really. I might as well learn how to make glass too. Unfortunately, this is starting to get a little expensive, and big tree felling is something we need to do eventually, but we need blue points for that. Also, we do need to go see what we can do about finally getting the last honey for dig. Go get stung a few more times, shall we? mean, yes, honey is used in crafting to make certain things, but getting a recipe for cake is going to be much more important. Because that cake is going to make things much easier later. Again, I know I've been talking about it, but it really will make things much easier later. Also, we have no way to take advantage of the gardening yet. Sadly, I will have to actually spend some money on seeds to get started. On gardening, because I don't know if there's any way to get seeds otherwise. To start with. Eventually, once you start planting things, you will get seeds back. I think it's diminishing returns, but no. Here's honey. We now have learned how to create cake. And he has seed oil, hemp seeds, and hemp rope. Now there's something you've probably seen pop up that I haven't talked about whenever we hover over any item whatsoever in this game. Except for maybe the burial certificates. That is, if you look, okay, none of these, teleport stone is somewhat useful. Not amazing, but somewhat useful. I mean, it gets you where you need to go. It has a nice long recharge time. But if you've noticed, almost all these things have things that say study not complete on them. We can't mess with that yet. As far as I know, we can't mess with it at all yet. We will. Don't get me wrong. We will mess with it. And it is actually close to time. What do you want? Carrots, cabbages, and beets. Okay. I'm pretty sure I haven't missed my guess. I need to talk to you or you at the wheat farm to buy the seeds for carrots, beets, and cabbages. And get a few recipes. So what we need are the seeds here. Luckily, they are not too expensive. And I'm probably going to buy 10 of each. This may be overkill. too. Now, we spent most of our money doing this, but it will pay back. As long as we do things right. Or at least I remember it doing so. I remember that whole thing doing... I remember that being something important. Or not something important, what am I saying? I remember that being somewhat... not a massively... Okay, I need to get wooden sticks. I've got wooden sticks up there for a compost heap. Because we need fertilizer from the compost heap. And we can add that. Sadly, we do not have a trunk we can put here yet. We can build a trunk, but we need parts for it, and I don't want to mess with parts yet. The compost heap. Go down here in the corner. So now, we don't have anything we can actually put in there yet. We will. Crop waste is, well, it's what we get that from, but anyway. We get stuff from crop waste we can put in here, compost, and turn it into fertilizer. Garden beds with sticks are for other things, I believe. Let's go ahead and build one empty garden bed all the way over here. And then we can plant seed or fertilizer. And see how that took 4 seeds. Yeah, it's not just one seed. It's not that nice to you. I think over here I want to do the beds with the sticks. I don't think we can actually do anything with those yet. Yeah, we can't put anything in there yet. We don't have the right type of seeds. But I am going to see if it will let me build all these spots up. Probably not. Eventually, we will be able to... great, it's broken, hang on. Eventually we will be able to just basically get enough seeds from get enough seeds from use. Not enough energy, I think. Go ahead and do that once. Sadly, again, there's no fertilizer here, so we're not getting the full benefit here. But give us a few days and those will, or at least a day, and we will get some benefit from that. Okay, what do I need for a trunk? Four flitch, 4 nails, 2 iron parts. Let's see. I don't have much of any. I need to go over here. Okay, now we can make a chest for up here. We only have so many spots that let us put that in. Now I can put all these seeds in here and not have to deal with them anywhere else. Let's see. Putting all this stuff up. Doesn't leave me with much in my inventory, but I don't need much in my inventory. I will find a way to break those down soon. What's my technology look like? Iron ore stockpile. We got a stockpile there. The furnace, we got the anvil, we got a timber saw, we got that. Carpenter workbench, we need to create that. Okay. Wait. Oh yeah, we do need to create the iron ore stockpile, don't we? So we need more flitches. Just more flitches in general at the moment, okay. Oh yeah, I'm out, okay. Oh wait. If you actually remove the trunk, it will come back. That doesn't help me. If you don't remove the trunk, there's a chance the tree never comes back, so, you know, just... And now we can make wooden planks and wooden repair kits. There we go. Okay. So we need to increase our technology level to be able to get the beams for a timber stockpile, even though we have a timber stockpile. But just to get beams in general, we will use those beams in other places. Of course we will. Also, iron ore stockpile. Probably need to make that at some point. And we're out of juice. Heal ourselves up from the bees. Took a decent amount of damage from the bees. Okay, we can't quite do that yet. We just don't have the space. To increase yard space, we're going to need to figure out how to do iron, complex iron parts. Which is over here, and we need a few more of that, a few more of that. Getting this will be the next priority because it will save us on some energy. And shortly after that will be the ability to fell large trees. Here we go. We can turn most of these things into firewood. Most of that stuff we just pulled off of the... That's where we can use it. We can turn it into more firewood. This may seem a bit blasphemous, but not exactly things, but we're going to replace that with better quality material. Oh, we got firewood. I'm still not going to worry. I'm not going to worry about the whole cooking thing yet. Because honestly, it doesn't matter too much. However, yes, we are going to get tools. We're going to unlock tools. Created the wooden anvil and all points forward. To see what we need there. We need simple iron parts, which we can get in abundance eventually. And once again, we are out of juice. You may notice we're advancing absolutely no quests whatsoever. Again, it doesn't really matter. Advancing quests in this game, hey, it's nice to do it, but it's not necessary just to play. Let's see. Also notice, yes, we do need an iron ingot. We need 3 iron ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those, and 6 of those. We are basically going to just craft more efficient major gathering tools here. And these, if I'm not mistaken, these will also get dull, but nowhere near at the rate these did. I don't need any of those. I don't need any more iron parts for the moment. We do need to work our way towards complex iron parts so we can actually expand our area. And once we expand our area, do some fun things with it. We could make glass, but let's see if I can get the clay to trigger, because the clay gathering spot. If I'm not mistaken, this is it, but I can't get it to trigger yet. Book writing hasn't become a thing yet. We still don't have any of that. I could get the important parts, but we really don't need organs yet. It's not gonna do anything for us. That's going to be very useful later, but we're going to need points for it. We need blue points. So much of this game is just get all the stuff that doesn't require any blue points first. Unfortunately, that does start to run out of things, because like bee domestication is behind insects. Cremation is even there. Okay, so I do need to go in and look. We need berries, we need honey, and we need pastry dough. So if you see this, A, it gives you 95 energy, and B, it gives you something called circumspect. When you study items, you get extra points for it. Studying items is not something we've had to do yet. In fact, I don't know if we can do it yet. We have to build a very specific piece of equipment. I'm not sure we can do it until we actually clear some things out. I don't think we have a path to where the study desk will actually sit yet. It may be down in the church's basement. Let's go take a look. Because it's not down there where we do the donkey. Where we meet the donkey and drop off bodies. It's not down there yet. It's locked. Okay, we still can't get into the church. Which means we're going to need more stone. And that's where the whole improved tools come into play now. If only we could harvest all of this stuff, but we cannot. It doesn't matter in the end, don't get me wrong. Also, we do not want to bother. It's not generally worth it to get the trees out this far unless you're just really desperate for lumber. Oh, we're out of energy. Again, we will be getting foodstuffs and all that, like cake. That will be amazing for regaining energy. You saw it was almost a full charge for a cake, right? Granted, we are kind of living the life of a hermit. Although right now, we don't need anything from town. So living the life of a hermit is perfectly acceptable. Really, we just need more rocks at the moment. So we can make more grave markers. Once we make the grave markers, it should get us into the church. I believe that is where we're going to find the study desk, which will allow us to look at things and learn about them and gain blue points. Which, of course, I don't want to do that until after I have two things. Until after I have some cakes to make blue points double early on. Because Lord knows they are hard enough to get. Also, eventually, this will be a B area, but we do have to unlock it. Because yeah, these beehives have seen better days. Yes. Beeswax does have his purpose. But we will need more honey for cake. Our plan is going according to cake. Now we have a whole bunch of stuff that we can carve off of a body now. Some of it more useful than others. Right now that skull is actually kind of useful. Next time we get the chance to see the astrologer, he will want his skull. The rest of it though is not great now. We don't need it. We will need one piece of it for study later. But right now, no. Doesn't do much for us. Luckily, that is an easy thing to do. A few more headstones. And we will be able to get... We're about halfway through the week. My energy on. Yep, okay. That burned most of it. Notice that yes, we are still gathering red and green experience just from doing the things we need to do. Also, even though that flame's been going on, it hasn't actually consumed any fire. Or hasn't consumed any fuel. Talk about small mercies. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna start storing honey here. Not the beeswax. Beeswax has its purpose. Eventually we will need to make candles and the like, and hey, beeswax is going to be very handy as long as we do continue to keep making it. Okay, let's see. We need those, we still can't get clay. Four more of those. If you want to look, wooden plank repair kits. We can make wooden markers, but I'm not going to make wooden grave decorations. It is very much useless, and you'll be ripping them out much sooner than you think. So there's no point to keeping them around. almost enough. We need one more gravestone. Also, it's time to gather that stuff and see if I get enough seeds to continue on. Let's go ahead and gather. So we have all this crop waste. And we don't actually trigger it, but it will just time down here. And now we see that we really didn't get very many seeds back from that. But we did get some ingredients. We got enough to cover that. Got enough crops to actually handle carrots, cabbages, and beets. We got enough of that. But he also wants some hiccup grass. Let's go replace this. There. Replace the grave. Hiccup grass is across this bridge over here that's been broken. I need to remember I need a plank, 8 nails, and 4 flitches. I should have taken a screenshot or something, but I didn't. Go. Each of those. Go. Now. So tomorrow being the next visit from the bishop. There we go. We have now reached 5 favorability, rating, what have you. And we're out of energy. But we have all the stuff needed to fix fix that. And I have to say that our graveyard is looking a little better. It's got that really raggedy fence there and that one broken gravestone. But we will get that time. I can't fix anything without more clay, and clay is something I can't quite dig up yet. Slept all through the day. I have a lot of stuff in my inventory I don't need to carry around right now. That said, I'm not doing anything about it right now. All fixed. So notice there's more iron over here if we really wanted it. More temporary iron. Now if I can remember where the hiccup grass is. Because the swamp is a kind of a maze. Little bit of a maze, and it gets really hard to navigate at night. May indeed have to wait till morning for this because I can't see. I think that's what I want over there. If you see that little funky cluster of... trying to get over to it, that in and of itself is a bit of a maze. Trying to find the parts of this swamp I can cross. Is that enough? Is that all they needed? I hope so. Just bring some hiccup grass, okay. He will be here on that day, and that day is a little ways off. There is also something over here, a fishing spot. Not exactly something we need to worry about right now. And yes, when it gets light, it's easier to actually see your way around. Who would have thought? Let's go ahead and grab this iron, since we are here. As long as we are in time to go greet the bishop. That's all we really need to worry about right now. which I could be trapped. I hope not. I could be wandering this place for a while. The villagers have probably forgotten about me. It has been a few days since I walked into town. Bishop, you here? You are here. Yep, fix the graveyard. Fix it up a little bit. You're now the prior of the church. And we have now unlocked a prayer. It's not much, but we just needed a, we just needed a little bit here. And of course we went, may the force be with you. And finally, now we can get the study table. But if you look, each of these items has a little bit of a, and he's gone. He just left. Now that we have access to this, but now we can dig up bodies if we want to. Getting a citizen requires, well, a lot. And becoming a citizen means we can eventually spend 50 silver to buy a stamp. And building permission would be much more important, but that's still 20 silver and a fair ways out of our league. A rightful citizen means we need that, and we need to buy that for 3 silver. Which means now we can actually get some stuff like a trade license. And to become an aristocrat, we need 12 gold to be able to get into the whole aristocracy there. It'll come up later, but now we can actually send money back and go, hey, can I dig this freaking rotting corpse up? And they'll give you permission. So you can start filling graves with much better looking bodies. Which overall makes things better for you. Anyway. The most important part about this is that now we can go into the church whenever we need to. Go down here. We can actually see the state of things around here. So let's go ahead and start tearing down all the broken, dilapidated structures we've got. So we got here, this is a study table. We pick an item to study, and, well, we can get points from it. Now, as we've talked about before, we're not going to get a whole lot of points from anything unless we start consuming cakes, which we will be. What do we have access to? A study table that we've already got, so we don't need to make another study table. In here, there is a few things. A recipe for a speed potion. We'll go ahead and take that. For now, faith can be stored here. Let's see, the writing table should be down here, so we can put that there. The rest of this gets to stay with me. Unfortunately, yes, I can't quite clear this out until I can make beams, and I can't make beams yet. But we have now unlocked the ability to get blue points. But before we do that, we are definitely going to grab things we want to study and get some cake. That is the next thing. We're going to make cakes. And eventually the donkey's gonna have words with me now. To make cakes, we're still gonna need honey. Okay, good. It is still timing down. Put you here. You know what? Let's go ahead. We don't have a lot of seeds, but hopefully we will start getting enough seeds back that we don't have to go buy anymore. Okay, I can make more cabbage seeds, couldn't I? I really want to concentrate on wheat seeds. Fertilizer? Kind of weird, okay. Gonna be a bit before I can get any more there. Maggots have uses in other places. I should actually put that up somewhere, shouldn't I? The rest of the stuff I actually need to carry on. Most of it I need to carry with me, because it's got uses. Maybe not that. Or that, or that. Get that going. And now it's been a little bit of time. Okay, we've got enough red to do something with, I think. Besides that, I don't need important parts right now. Faith is unlocked, so we need prayers. Prayers will require us to have better looking churches, some of them. We need, oh yeah, 10 to 40 there. Candles. Candles are useful. We can craft paper if we want to. Now that we've unlocked book writing and research. What else can we do? Anything else at this point we can unlock? Advanced foraging. Okay, we're gonna do that. As we need to. We can't quite unlock weapons and armor yet, but no need to worry about that yet. Okay, so cake. It is time to worry about crafting cakes. A cat has opinions. Cats always have opinions. Okay, so now let's see. We can put that up. We can put that up. I need these for that. I need to actually use that. Speed potion is very nice, but it's also something that we can't make yet until we get certain things. We need the ability to get water. We need the ability to get water. That would be next. And also jug of milks and eggs. We gotta go buy those. We can't do dairy farming, sadly. It would be very nice if we could, but we cannot do dairy farming. We have to go buy the milk and eggs. And this cat is wanting attention. So we will go show where we buy milk and eggs from. Because we do need to get both of them. We need to buy as many eggs and milk as we can to make the cakes. And once we make the cakes, then we can study, and when we can study, we can get blue points. We can use the blue points to get more cakes. It's a vicious cycle. The eggs were just kind of sitting in a basket. Right over here. We learned how to create omelets and fried eggs, but that's a waste of an egg. Luckily, it's not too expensive for that. Getting eggs is more difficult than getting milk because only so many get recharged per day. Ash, what is the matter today, huh? What is your problem? Are you going through something right now, huh? Are you going through a thing? Are you going through something over there? Ah, we haven't run into Miss Charm yet because we haven't been here on the right day. Who apparently sings, scat songs. And by scat, I mean the type of music. I do not mean, well, feces. You're in my way. Cat! Stop it. Unlock technical, and we got blueprint for Mrs. Char Monroe.
Voila.
That's a weird blueprint. We want to ask you questions.
Croissant puron. Voila. Beurre puron.
So we've got to gain more faith in ourselves. We got to demonstrate we're worth talking to somehow. And this dude over here wants a moment. And he wants paper and ink. Which we have the capability to actually make at some point. Okay, so yeah, if we can find 10 paper and 1 ink, we'll be able to advance here. But we got to be able to find those first. And yes, that royal stamp is very freaking expensive. We're still a very long ways away from tier 2. I need to find the milk vendor, which I'm trying to remember who that is. I think it's you. I think that's a symbol of a cow. I think. So it's not a great map. There are buckets of milk and jugs of milk. And unfortunately, the more you buy, the more the price goes up. Yeah, it went up. It's starting to go up a little bit too much now. We have now spent almost all the money we've gained doing things like this. We do need more berries and we do need more honey. We do need to make sure we're continually getting those supplies if at all possible. Unfortunately, I don't remember where all the honey trees are. Eventually that will become a moot point because we will get the ability to set up beehives. Like this one. But these are not ours. quite do much else. We can try to get those other beehives and some more berries. Since we do need all these ingredients for cakes. Okay, that's one I just grabbed. Well, there is a chance I will have to go relearn how to do the gardening thing, because I thought I remembered, but I could be wrong. Get a new body, we're going to need to carve some more stuff out of it for the studying. We're out of energy. Ah, there's the donkey. So the donkey's kind of mad at us for becoming a landowner, even though technically we don't own anything. And he just laid manure all over us. Well, this body's gonna get to decompose some. Sadly, we are out of everything. Luckily, that's not gonna matter much. We get to leave the donkey's steaming present sitting right there. While we go get some sleep. That body's gonna degrade, yes. But it's not gonna matter considering what we're about to do with it. The donkey is also close to the point where he's not going to just show up at any random time. How are you? Oh, good. You're a marquis. Sent to the Inquisition by fire. This is, I believe, this is part of the DLC that I have. It's not one I recognize. It could still be the one I've already played, I just don't remember it. But this is part of the DLC. I think it is. So he seems to know a little bit about us. It would be nice if we get him a hearing aid. We don't even have a well. Well, we kind of do have a well. We just haven't used it yet, if I'm not mistaken. But we have a whole thing over here, a refugee camp, I guess. This is something I don't remember doing at all. There's a crafting station. We do not have enough refugee happiness. We do not have silk. There's not a lot we can do here for these people. I'm guessing that's up here. Oh, okay, it's way up there. How do I get home? I hope I can get home. I didn't buy the damn teleport stone yet. I recognize where I am. Oh, did they break? I guess they broke that open for me. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we're a little ways away from being able to use this. I have to research beekeeping first. No, that's still recovering. Are both of these recovering? Nope, I had not gathered this one yet. if I need that. There's my well. If I need water, get a bucket of water. Buckets turn into mini uses of water. So don't make the same mistake I did the first time and give yourself so much water, because you can't do anything with it, really. Egg, dairy. I can't remember what I was working on, besides the corpse. Which is probably significantly deteriorated now. I guess it's a really good thing Jerry doesn't have a functioning nose. Fair enough. Let's see, he's actually got a decent amount of skulls on him, but we need to grab at least one of each of these parts. That we have not grabbed yet. I mean, we've already done the skull. We don't need to collect too many skulls for anything. Actually, I would kind of rather just burn you. We don't have access to that yet. We now have alternate means to make money. Right, it's not a lot, but it is more than nothing. We'll let the town deal with you. You. Oh, we got some carrot seeds out of it. Don't ask why that works. We got 4 wheat seeds from it. The greatness of having, you know, I do not have enough. We are going to need the extra carrots. Plant the peat. Let's go ahead and plant. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Now that did open up a couple more spots for me. Okay. We did miss our chance with the merchant. What do you have for seeds? More cabbages, okay. There we go, now everything is nice and fertilized. And I have a cat over here who is just dying for attention. The cat is just dying for attention, aren't you? Is this you trying to say it's time for me to stop for the day? Huh? Not quite, I need to do one more thing before I stop. Yeah. I need to do one more thing before I stop. You see? Definitely need to do one more thing. Okay, the crop. I need to put the crop waste up. Need to stay as organized as possible right now. Eventually I will be carrying bits and pieces of everything around with me. But right now, yeah, okay, need to bake my cake first. I should be able to bake a cake. Then I may need to go to sleep too. What do I need? Cake, I need the pastry dough. I need as much pastry dough as I can make. Good. Gets me some decent dough. I need some fuel. What do I have for? I have some firewood here. I think I need to cut some more firewood though. How much firewood do I need? Fuel from firewood, 1 piece gets me 30. A cake takes 10, so 1 piece gets me 3 cakes. Oh. We can get that started. Go. Now. Okay, I can't make any more pastry dough. I can't sleep. Now we can put the cakes on to bake and then go to sleep, which is smarter from a time standpoint. So we have 7 honeys, so we can make that much. We can make that many cakes, and we need okay. Now it will take a while for those to actually do anything. In the meantime, yeah, this forest near the river is something we want, something we will like much better later. Got another visitor. You want me to trade all this for your smithy? Uh-huh. Vampires. Huh. I don't think that's helpful. I don't think we have that many bodyguards. Oh, quit the vegan stuff. Hornet Man. Carnivorous bees. Did you actually hear what he said? Carnivorous bees released upon the village. Carnivorous bees. I want everyone to think about this. Oh good, I'm just a way to avoid taxes. Okay, I don't have anything I can sell. Maybe this gave me enough time to get... Do I actually have any money? No, I don't. Not right now. I will. Now that I've gotten to the point I can start studying and gaining blue points, which is way too useful. We're going to study most of the parts. Actually, hang on. Since it doesn't cost any blue, we can get more, and we can actually study these as well. Next time we need to cut open a corpse. Next time we need to cut open a corpse, we can do that. We're almost out of waste, too. Luckily, we make plenty. Maggots, put those up. It's not quite time for our next sermon. We don't have enough seat. Another person? Pardon? Uh-huh. Vampire. Hey, garlic. Yeah, I'm gonna go around with bad breath, but pretty good immune system. I guess we're gonna have to do that eventually. Luckily, I don't think we're in any real danger, are we? I got something going on up here with the timer. Did I see any of these? I guess we better, oh, I guess I'm poisoned for a bit. That's what that is. Just a little poison. I don't think it's actually going to kill me. It'll come close. But now we have cakes. And since we have cakes... I'm going to drain energy. Gathering here. Because when we eat a cake to gain the benefit, we will get a bunch of energy from it. I don't want to waste that if I can avoid it. What do I got? I got not enough room for new stuff. Okay, that's what I got. Let me go put up a few things here. Things I don't need right off the top of my head. Water will come in useful later. Not yet, but it will come in useful later. think I'm going to want those. I think just about everything here I can actually study. I don't have any room for bat wings. They'll stick around though. All these bats too. We're hurting now. As I did not be very careful with that. But if we did die, it would have just warped us back home. So I don't see a big problem with dying, other than if you are far away from home and actually doing something far away from home, it does get a bit annoying. But, you know. Pick any item you want to study here, but before we do that, use it, refill our points. And we are going to start with the obvious stuff here. Now, if we need science, we need science points. I forget how to get science points. But this is how you get a lot of blue points from things. We need science points, okay. And faith for some things. Don't get me wrong, we're gonna need the faith that we get from providing sermons, which we'll have to do tomorrow. Unfortunately, we can't do much with it right now. And put the cakes down here. Do beams. So we will need some science points. I forgot about the science points. Lacy, anyway. I mean, we've already got a study table. This is a study table. We just need to find a way to get science points. Okay. I have been playing for about 4 hours now. Okay. Oh, nothing in the offering box yet. We will fix that. We'll also heal up while we are here. That is most what we were doing, since, you know, we ate the cake and we got all the energy back from it. Largely just hurt. Okay, and that saves our progress. I figure 4 hours is good for a first session. I could easily spend that long every week doing this game. But I'm not going to. Actually, I probably will. But anyway. We don't need to save because it auto-saves for us, which is kinda nice. But anyway, we will, I will look up the science point thing before next week. And we will continue on with more Graveyard Keeper. Just for the month of October at least, unless I'm really enjoying it, and I think I will. Since we have the new stuff I haven't seen before, like all the vampire stuff we have to deal with. And the refugee camp. Since I've never seen any of that stuff before. It's interesting. Anyway, definitely time for me to take a break so I can get this edited for YouTube and uploaded. Mostly mean just run this whole thing through a editor to get it up to quality specs that YouTube would be happy with. Anyway, that's all for today. We'll be back next weekend with 1 or 2 parts of this. We will see what Animal Crossing has, if I want to put up 1 video of it next week or save up 2 weeks of Animal Crossing for a video. Anyway, in any event, I'll figure out what I'm doing later. Till then, take care everyone.